Rise and shine, everybody, and happy Friday. We made it. Hope you had a great week, everybody. Few things before we get started here today. I'm going to go over a few worksheets with you. Make sure you read Mrs. K's post from yesterday. Just some helpful reminders for you guys, all right, as we're going through the online learning, all right? And then, Zoom meeting next Tuesday. We're going to hold a couple sessions. I'm going to put a poll out there today and see what time works well for you guys, all right? So just make sure you respond to that. And I think that's about it. Lucky, you ready? Lucky's always ready for some logarithms. All right, so make sure you guys are showing your work as well. If you're having trouble posting pictures or whatever it might be, just let us know. I can always post a video on how to upload photos to Google Classroom, how to attach them to assignments, all right? It's not too bad. So this was the practice sheet from the other day, solving logs. So just wanted to highlight a couple of the difficult ones. You know, the answers were also posted to those, so hopefully you did well on that. A little bit of a morale boost solving these equations, all right? So I would say most of these were pretty easy for you. You didn't even have to factor any of these. A couple of them that might have given you an issue, maybe number 4. All right, number 4, number 9, and perhaps number 12. The reason why I say those, and I'll just do one of them for you, I think that'll clarify any issues you were having, is you can't just set 5x plus 6 equal to 6. I mean, you could, but you're not going to get the right answer that way. All right, you would probably get x equals 0 if you did it that way, and that is not the answer. If you look on the back, you see, okay, x equals 6. How do we get to that? Well, we have to remember our properties. Okay, this is the power property, actually, the power rule, all right, how we can move this 2 up to the exponent, and we're going to need to do that, all right, so that way it's going to become log base 3 of 5x plus 6. Let me get that in parentheses, equals log base 3 of 6 squared. All right, so that's 6 squared. Let me zoom in here. All right, so that way you're really setting 5x plus 6 equal to 36, not 6. All right, then you would subtract 6. All right, so you'd end up with 5x equals 30. Divide both sides by 5. Now we get the answer, x equals 6. All right, that's what we were looking for. So like I said, if you were struggling on 4, 9, or 12, 4, 9, or 12, those were the 3 that you had to use power rule on. The rest of them, I think you were probably good to go. All right, so that was the practice sheet from the other day. Didn't have to turn that one in. The other assignment from Tuesday, you did have to turn in with your work, okay? So we understand the answers are there, but you can't just write the answer down. With these equations, it takes more than one step. So just be sure to show your work. And like I said, if you have questions on how to do that, let us know. We'll help you out, all right? Always here to work with you. So I also made a mistake on that other YouTube video. So, everybody makes mistakes. I hope you found that link that I posted at 8 minutes and 24 seconds, all right, into that video. So hopefully you're able to check that out and have a good laugh. All right, you gotta have some laughs these days, all right? Anyway, this is the next assignment that we had from yesterday. This was Thursday's homework, all right? And now we're moving on to solving exponential equations, all right? This will be your quiz next Wednesday, all right? Quiz will be on solving log equations and solving exponential equations. You'll have another practice sheet today, all right? So just those two things, and like we said, we're going to have a Zoom review session on Tuesday. If you can make that, that'd be awesome, all right? So you can actually ask some questions live. Anyway, for most of these, it was the same thing. Like I'll do a basic one like number 5 here, all right? When you have the same base here, let me get my clipboard. When you have the same base as in the number not in the exponent, all right? So in this case, we had 5 to the 2x plus 2 and 5 to the negative 2x. So the 5 is the same. So we're allowed to set the exponents equal to one another, all right? So we would just do 2x plus 2 equals negative 2x, and we can just solve for x that way, all right? So I would probably subtract 2x, and then we'd get 2 equals negative 4x, divide by negative 4, x equals negative 1/2. All right, and that would be it. You could plug it back in, make sure. 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1 plus 2 is just 1, so 5 to the first, that's 5. And then this would be negative 2 times negative 1/2, which is positive 1. So 5 to the first equals 5 to the first. 5 equals 5. Check, check, we're good. All right, so you can do that for most of these. You know, same with number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9 is a little different. All right, when we get to 9. So the first 8, pretty self-explanatory there. Set the exponents equal, you know, the expressions, and solve for the variable. Number 9, okay, well, we don't see a 9 on the right-hand side here. So we can't just say r plus 3 equals 81 or something like that. We have to get 81 as a base of 9. That's why you see this sheet attached, okay? Hopefully you're able to find that power cheat sheet, all right, and maybe print that out. So I would try to find 81 on this, which actually appears twice, all right? So you'll see it right here, which is 3 to the 4th power. You can use your rows and columns here. But we're really looking for 9 as the base here, and we know 9 squared is 81. So if we can change this to 9 squared, all right, so that way we have 9 to the r plus 3 equals 9 squared. Okay, we didn't change anything there. We just rewrote 81 as 9 squared. Now it looks like the first 8. All right, so we can just set the exponents equal since we have the base the same. All right, now we have 9 and 9, and we set those exponents equal. So now it's really just turned into r plus 3 equals 2. Subtract 3. R equals negative 1. All right, you plug that back in, and you get 9 to the negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So 9 to the second equals 81. 81 equals 81. Check, check. All right, so that's really the only tricky type of problem with these is when you'd have to maybe change a base. Like in number 10, you got to do the same thing. Think, okay, well, how can I get 125 as a base of 5? Well, you can either use your cheat sheet over here, look for 125. Let's zoom in. Where's 125? There it is. All right, it is 5 to the 3rd power. 5 times 5 times 5 would get you 125. So you would just change this to 5 to the 3rd. All right, and then you would set negative 3x equal to 3. X would equal negative 1. All right, and then that's why you have the answers to check. All right, there's negative 1. Yep, we're correct for number 10. All right, so let's see, any other challenging ones here? I think I want to point out number 13. Lucky number 13 here. All right, I think you can handle the rest of them using your power cheat sheet. All right, so number 13, we got to think to ourselves, how do we get, you know, this number 1 over here with a base of 4? And you'll see this on your additional practice sheet today, all right? That's why I wanted to go over this one. Well, it's quite simple, actually, all right? We get 4, let me zoom out for a second, 4 to the negative 3r minus 2, that's unchanged, equals 4, And now we got to think back. All right, 4 to what power equals 1? 4 to what power equals 1? We know the only number that we can get 1 with raising an exponent is 0, right? So 4 to the 0th power would equal 1. And that's the only way we can adjust this one to solve it. So now we do have the same base, and we can set those exponents equal to one another. So negative 3r minus 2 equals 0. All right, so rule of thumb, whenever you see a 1, all right, so whenever you see a 1, let me highlight this question, all right, you know we're going to use 0 in the exponent, all right? That's really the only way that we can solve those, all right? So we got to use 4 to the 0 power, set it equal, and solve that for r. So now you just have a two-step equation there. You're going to add 2, divide by negative 3, all right? And that's how you get r equals negative 2/3 for number 13, all right? You can always plug that back in and check it, but it'll work out, all right? No extraneous solutions on this worksheet. All right, I believe you just got one answer for all of them. Like I said, there was no factoring on this one. All right, nothing too complicated. So just try to watch this video and go through any that you were struggling with on that homework, classwork, practice, whatever we're calling it. But that was an assignment you had to turn in and show some work for, all right, from yesterday. And then this one, a little sneak peek here if you're watching this video bright and early, all right, on a Friday morning, rise and shine. This is your practice sheet from today. This will not be, quote unquote, an assignment to be turned in, but it will be extra practice for your quiz next week. We'll have a review on Monday, that Zoom session on Tuesday, and then quiz Wednesday, all right? So you have Fun Quiz Friday off today in terms of an assessment. Now, a couple that I wanted to highlight real quick here. Got less than 3 minutes remaining on my video time. So let's see, 4 to the 2x plus 3 equals 1. Well, we just went over 1 just like that. All right, so you can do that one. Think about 4 to what power equals 1. You'll be able to get number 1, no problem. 2 is pretty simple. 3, you're just going to use your power sheet. All right, think, okay, 243. 3 to what power gets me 243, all right? You can use your cheat sheet for that one. 4, 5, we've gone over 6, 7, 8. All right, the first 8 I would say are not too bad, guys. You'll be okay with the first 8. Number 9, 10, 11, 12, bonus section. All right, so this is the challenge section. If the rest of them were pretty easy for you, try these out. It's going to require you to remember some exponent rules, like in number 9. When we multiply with the same base, in this case, the base is 6, all right? What do we do with those exponents? Well, if you remember, you recall from Algebra 1, your exponent rules, and we have reviewed these a little bit this year, we're going to combine this for one base, and we're going to add the exponents. We're going to add. So when you multiply with the same base, you add the exponents. So it's really going to be 3m plus negative m. All right, equals 6 to the negative 2m. So then when we add these, it's really 6 to the 2m equals 6 to the negative 2m. All right, and then we would just really set those equal and solve. All right, so that is the challenge part right here, okay? So try that out when you see the practice sheet today. A little sneak preview right there. And yeah, you should get m equals 0 on that one. And let's see, number 10, that's going to require you to remember what do we do when we divide? All right, well, when we divide with the same base, we subtract the exponents. So that's really just going to be 2 to the 0th power, or you can think of it as, well, what's anything over itself? Anything divided by itself is just 1. So whether you write 2 to the 0th or just 1, well, you're going to end up anyway with 2 to the 0. All right, so 2 to the 0 equals 2 to the negative 2x. You set those equal to one another, and once again, you get x equals 0 on that one. All right, so yeah, that's a little sneak peek. Try out number 11 and 12 for Another challenge, bonus questions there. Those would be more like extra credit on a quiz. All right. And remember, when you have a fraction, you would have to get a negative exponent. 10 to the negative first equals 1/10. I'm running out of time here on my 15-minute video. All right. Have a great Friday. I'm out.